Reading of the day. From the letter to the Hebrews. Heb 10:19-25. Brothers and sisters, since we have confidence to enter the sanctuary by the blood of Jesus, by the new and living way that he opened for us through the veil, that is, his flesh, and since we have a great priest over the house of God, let us approach with a sincere heart and in the fullness of faith, with hearts cleansed from an evil conscience and bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold unwaveringly to the profession of our hope, for he who promised is faithful. Let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. Let us not neglect our meetings, as some have the habit of doing, but encourage one another, all the more as you see the day of the Lord approaching. Gospel of the Day. From the Gospel according to Mark. Mark 4 verses 21-25. At that time, Jesus said to the crowd, "Is a lamp brought in to be placed under a basket or under the bed, and not to be set on a lampstand? For there is nothing hidden except to be made visible, nothing is secret except to come to light. Anyone who has ears to hear ought to hear." He also told them, "Pay attention to what you hear. The measure with which you measure will be measured out to you, and still more will be given to you. To the one who has, more will be given. From the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." Words of the Holy Father. With what measure do I measure others? With what measure do I measure myself? Is it a generous measure, filled with the love of God? Or is it a low standard? With this very measure I will be judged, there will be no other. That one, the one I use. What level have I set for myself? We must reflect on this. And we see it not so much in the good or bad things we do, but in our continuous way of life. As a Christian, I must ask myself, what is my cornerstone, my benchmark, to know if I am living at the Christian level, the level that Jesus desires? It is the ability to humble myself, the ability to endure humiliation. A Christian who is incapable of bearing the humiliations of life is missing something. This is the model. The measure with which you measure will be measured out to you, the same measure. If it is a Christian measure, following Jesus on his path, I will be judged with that same measure, with great mercy, with great compassion. But if my measure is worldly, and I merely use my Christian faith, yes, I go to Mass, but I live as a worldly person, I will be judged with that measure. Let us ask the Lord for the grace to live as Christians, and especially not to fear the cross, not to fear humiliation, for this is the path he chose to save us. And this guarantees that my measure is Christian, the ability to carry the cross, the ability to endure some humiliation. Today we celebrate Saint Martina, virgin and martyr, who lived in Rome during the 3rd century, during the time of Christian persecutions under Emperor Alexander Severus. She was a young woman from a noble family, but when Christianity was banned, she was arrested for her faith. She refused to sacrifice to the gods and was sentenced to death. Her suffering could not shake her determination, and she eventually died for her faith. Her martyrdom is a testament to her great courage and devotion to Christ. Her feast day is celebrated on January 30th, the day when her sacrifice is remembered. Saint Martina is often invoked as an example of steadfastness in faith and courage in the face of difficulties. Her intercession is sought for spiritual strength and to face trials with determination.
Thank you for listening to the Gospel and the Saint of the Day. If you wish to continue exploring spirituality and Christian history, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the upcoming videos. May the peace and blessing of the Lord be with you always.